Hi guys, and welcome to this video. I wanted to talk about some messages that have been coming in over the last days for me. This has to do with staying in the body, which is so important. It ties in both with the experience of the thinning of the veil, which to me now feels almost like a merging of dimension, or it's so difficult to put into human words sometimes, but it's the awareness of the ability really to be in different places at the same time, and also more and more of a physical experience of it, which to me has been explained as the beginning of a teleportation, because of the frequency that is changing and the vibration changing. So we are really learning this. For those things, it's really important to stay in the body. The other thing, and the other aspect that because they've been showing me so many perspectives and angles to this, and of the importance to stay in the body. And another thing is the whole programming, all these limiting beliefs that we are holding and have been holding, that we are continuously just letting go of. We are changing. We are realizing where we hold these limiting beliefs that we have picked up from society, from all the programming, from traumas, and you name it. We get it. We've been getting it from all sides in our lives. And as things continue to speed up, we continue to clear, we continue to shift these beliefs, we become more and more aware of it, and we do then access the choice to change it. What is really important is, again, to stay in the body, and this has to do with distractions that I've been talking about in several videos. Because when we are distracted and we put our energy out of our body, we are in our thoughts out of the body, or we disconnect from our body, then and we get distracted to something else, then we have less energy in our bodies, then we have less energy to create with, then we are more disempowered, and we become disconnected from the body. We are in this body as a consciousness to be in the physical body, to express. The physical body is really a vessel of expression, and it's a way of experiencing this plane that we have incarnated into. And so there are many programs that are disconnecting us from the body, and I will go a bit into that as well, because the self-love and self-nurturing is really important now, and it's becoming more and more important, if you can even say that, because it's the most important thing always, but it's really important in the weeks and months to come. So I want first to go a bit back to the teleportation and the awareness of being in several places at the same time and having these experiences, and the importance of staying in the body for that, because there's also so many programs in spirituality which we are realizing is also disempowering, which is also not maybe true. And I've been talking about this before, but there are so many that are thinking that I need to go out of my body, or I need to connect out, or I need to go somewhere, like I'm just dragging this body along, and I want to be in dimension or to connect to something. We have to stay in the body also for this, and that's, the more we do that, the more these types of experiences are also able to progress. It's not becoming more physical if you're not in your body. What I've been experiencing over the last weeks more and more is very, very physical experiences of being taken on journeys. I have now just today, not even being in meditation, just sitting in the garden and drinking a coffee, just, you know, really being fully aware, awake, not in any type of meditative state. I just start seeing things that I'm being called. And it's sort of like the experience of being taken on a journey starting. And then when I let myself go with it, I have had the experience both of being fully aware of my physical here now experience, at the same time as I'm experiencing on a very, very physical level, being taken to the Andean mountains and going through ceremonies. At the same time as I was experiencing that, I was having a third experience of being presented to Aboriginal elders and taken to portals in Australia. And I'm finding myself in Norway physically. So it's like all these three places and all these very, very physical experiences. The smells, I could touch things I was seeing, I could feel it on my hands physically. And all these three going on at the same time. So if you're experiencing these types of things, you're not crazy, it's all good. But it's really important to remember. I just wanted to use this as an example of the importance to stay in the body, because it's really physical. And in order, what I've been told is that in order to one day be able to teleport, which I have no idea what time frame we're talking about when that is fully going to happen. I have absolutely no idea. But I've been shown that this is the beginning of it, and it's very, very physical, the experiences I have. And it really requires staying in the body. So if this example can help you to really stay in your body, even when you're, if you're searching for any type of experience, or even just, when you're in meditation, the one most important thing to connect to is yourself and your own energy, your own light in your body, and really feel safe in the body. Give yourself that nurturing, give yourself that safe space to just breathe, be with your breath, be with your own light, your own energy, because from that point you're accessing more, and from that point you will be experiencing things also more and more on a physical level. So I was guided to share this in order to give like a real example on the importance of staying in the body also for those types of things. Now, we have a lot of programs that are taking us out of body, that are disconnecting us from the body, that are disempowering us. And what we are experiencing now, and what we are seeing and becoming more and more aware of, is that we are really, really powerful beings, that we hold really, really a lot of energy, and that we can create magic. What it takes is to actually use the physical vessel, and there's more and more and more that we are learning, and that we will be learning and experiencing of, how can I say, things in the physical body that will sort of come online, and things we can do, and things we sort of like technology in our own bodies. Now, I've been talking about distractions a lot the last months, and it's something that's been taking me back to again and again and again. And one of the main things that are happening in the programs, one of the main intentions behind the programs is to take us out of body, to take our focus away, because when we focus our energy onto something, that's where our energy is going. Where we have our attention, our energy flows. And so if I don't put my energy and my focus into what I want to create, but I take it out on all these other things, and I'm not consciously aware of how I'm actually spending my energy, and I, on the top of it, have all these programs telling me and creating beliefs in me that if I have my energy here, if I focus on me, if I love myself, if I nurture myself, I'm not a good person. All these beliefs are really important to become aware of now. If you dislike yourself, if you hate yourself, if you're, I think most of us either have or have had these experiences to a certain degree, that there's something we dislike of ourselves, maybe even hating ourselves, thinking we are bad, or trying to pretend we're better than we are in some sense, in some way, or that we are trying to be this persona, or we are attaching to identities and structures of identities, of how we think that we will be perceived, and how we want to be perceived, and how, like, this type of a role, it looks this, and I have to be like this to fill this type of role, because that's what is expected. Like, all these types of beliefs and stories that we have seen and grown up with are taking us out of body, because it either disconnects you from your body if you don't like your body, if you feel unsafe in your body, due to trauma, due to beliefs, all these different things, or if you think, because of beliefs, that you are bad if you nurture yourself, that you are selfish if you love yourself. I mean, I can say for myself, I don't know how many times in my life I experienced hearing from all different types of people that, oh, you're such a good person because you always put others in front of yourself. That is so wrong on so many levels, because it tells you that you are a bad person if you put yourself first. What is really important is to commit to yourself first. If we commit to ourselves and we take responsibility and for both our own BS, and we also let ourselves shine, and we let ourselves live our passions, we let ourselves really express who we are, the uniqueness that we are here to express, we will, and we start loving ourselves, we start, we feel that we can nurture ourselves, we can say no to people without being bad or without it meaning anything wrong. All these types of beliefs, if we can really start shifting that and becoming really, really acutely aware of when there is something that is pulling us either into a disconnect from the body or pulling us out of body, taking our attention to something else. Because what is distracting us from being in the body and being here can also be these types of beliefs that we hold around being bad if you're attending to yourself, about you always have to put others first, you should feel guilt if you say no without a really good reason. All these kinds of beliefs are sometimes so difficult, or they're so hidden, so they can be difficult to see because it's unconscious. It's just the way things have always been type of. So I really want to encourage you to have focus on feeling safe in your own body. How can you, what can you do to feel safe in your body? What can you provide yourself in order to feel more safe in your body? And check in on yourself sometimes throughout your days, and really just breathe into the body, being fully in the body. And if you feel, the more you do that, the more you will also become aware of and feel when you're being pulled out of your body. You will also feel when you're taking your energy back into yourself, and you really start listening. You will start hearing whatever thoughts and beliefs coming up of why you shouldn't, why it is bad that you do that. That's also a really good way of becoming aware of the beliefs that are unconscious and are programming that are also distracting your energy out of you. When we are filling our own cup, when we are living our truth, when we are pulling our energy back into our body, we can also access more of our own truth. We can also feel more of our resonance. And from that, we can start using our voice, which is really important going forward. And the more energy we have here and that we are actually aware of how we are spending, we can choose differently, and we can choose to put that energy into creation, into creating what we want to create in our lives and in our world. And the more disempowered we feel, the more we will think that we don't create our lives. The more all of those beliefs, those programs will just sort of run our days and our thoughts. So in the coming days, weeks, months, I really, really want to encourage you to focus on nurturing yourself, focusing on loving yourself, and becoming very aware of what limiting beliefs comes up. And start shifting that. Because when you really love yourself, and when you are yourself, when you're shining in your truth, you are going to be there for others. You are going to naturally be a gift in others' lives. You are going to inspire others because you are living your truth, because you're authentic. If we come from fear, if we come from guilt, if we come from shame, we are not really being there for others in the same way as when we come from this pure place, from the genuine expression of love. So staying in the body is really, really important, both when it comes to dimensional experiences and to learning and being connected with the body. In order to learn what new things are happening in the body, we need to stay here. And when it comes to being aware of the distractions, one thing is everything going on around you that I have been talking about before, when you can become aware of it and you can choose to not give your energy to it, but start becoming aware of the distractions in the limiting belief systems that you hold as well. I'm just checking in if there's something more they want me to share. Yeah, this is self-love, safety in the body, breath, and nurturing yourself. Those are keys moving forward from now. I really hope this can inspire you to take more care of yourself, to really commit to yourself. From that space we can really, really create a lot. We can create the new world that we are waiting for. Well, waiting for isn't really the best word, because instead of waiting, we're going to create it. Well, I hope it was helpful for you. Please share if you know people who can have help from this. I love reading your comments. I really appreciate everything you're sharing, your experiences. So I thank you for that. I really, really enjoy and appreciate that. Have a really beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and have a lot of compassion for those around you. I see you. Bye bye.